It's almost that tour that everybody said it shouldn't happen just because it's too cool a tour. And we have such a camaraderie with the Metallica guys, so it's sort of like this little mini army that's just going against all standards and all the rules or history.
The Guns N' Roses Metallica tour is one of the most anticipated tours of the year. Rarely do two bands this hugely successful tour together. By the end of their 25-show U.S. tour, Guns N' Roses and Metallica will have played to over 800,000 people.
One of the big things I learned was that everybody had wanted this tour so bad and worked so hard to make it, to be able to do this tour, you know, Metallica through their touring and through our touring, to be able to do a stadium tour together, that we thought that when we got here, it'd just be perfect, it'd be so cool. Well, it kind of turned out to be that, wait a minute, this is so cool that why shouldn't this be the hardest thing we've ever done?
What you basically have out here is you have two full, you know, you have all the steel and all that crap, but you have two bands that have basically each their own production. We have our whole thing with the mirrors and the snake pit and drum kit and flip around everywhere and all that kind of crap.
We have a horn section now, and we've had for a while. And another, we have Teddy Andreadas, he plays harmonica and keyboards as well. So we have that. We have backup singers.
We wanted to do this right and give the kids, you know, I mean, we could have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars a week if we had had the same stage setup, both of us, the same lighting rig, the same everything.
We didn't feel it would be right for Metallica to come and do like a normal an opening act amount of playing time on stage. That would really be unfair to their show and would, like, you know, kind of make them look smaller, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted them to look as big as they are.
On stage with Duff McKagan. It's a couple hours before the show, and Duff's going to take us around back here to show us how this stage set is actually put together. After Metallica goes off, it can take up to about 2 hours for their stage set to be ready, and Duff's going to show us what they're actually doing during that time.
I don't know.
Ready?
I don't know how they do it.
You better know.
I'll wing it.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. This is Axl.
That's yeah, Axl. And the reason it says no smoking is because oxygen tank.
What do you do to keep your voice in good shape? Do you drink honey and tea, or what's this? Ginger?
Honey and tea.
Honey and tea. How many things do you keep with you on stage?
I'd have 3.
Are they tuned differently? Or are they're exactly the same?
I've broken my signature. That's a monitor board. These guys get fired most often. These guys. Let's walk out there. Come on. Hi, John. I've never done this before. It's Teddy's washboard. Isn't that cool? And this is my stuff. You know, my old punk rock thing and vests and...
Your new punk rock stuff?
No, this is Gianni Versace.
Ah, very nice. Seems to be a favorite among the band, that designer.
Yeah, and he loves us too. Slash stuff. Wow, those are really nice. I haven't seen these ones yet. I guess that's when he plays tennis. Slash, I never knew. Okay.
What do you do for...
Water ski.
Water ski?
Yeah.
Why is that? Have you always water skied, or is this
I
a new
was
thing?
like in the, no, I was in like in the competition water skiing.
Really?
You know, yeah, I used to be really active in sports and you know, I used to play football and I would do Golden Gloves, boxing, baseball and basketball.
Then how did you end up in a band? How did you have time to learn how to play
I don't know.
guitar?
Help me. I don't know.
There's a lot of people we get to play in front of that probably wouldn't come see us on our own, so it worked good for us.
Do you think that a typical Guns fan is someone that also likes Metallica?
Probably now, hopefully.
This tour is a perfect example of, you know, there's a great package. You know, I could have never ever seen this, you know. With session or not, nobody's going to miss this.
When you play these stadiums and stuff like that, every show has kind of a different personality. And, you know, when we played in Pittsburgh, for instance, the whole time we were on stage, it was just pissing down. And
Raining?
yeah, it's raining. And, you know, for like 2.5 hours, you're just out there in these, like, storms and stuff. And it really created, like, a great vibe.
The New York shows went really good.
Why?
Well, it just happened, I guess. And when we're on later in the night, you know, when it's all dark, you get to utilize your lights more. And I think we look better in the dark.
You mentioned Giant Stadium. The first night was a really good show. Mm-hmm. Was that because the fans were nuts? Was that because
they weren't nuts.
You know?
There was just more energy coming off of them, and I think a lot of it to do is with Baz and Mike Monroe were standing on the side of the stage, and that made me really happy. And it was just like, you know, just go off. I was really happy that they were there.
Who's Baz?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mike Monroe, and that just made me like just work harder. I really liked that. And the second night in Giant Stadium was, you know, I got hit with a couple things, a couple different times. Once when I was like thanking the crowd, and then I got hit later, and it was just kind of like, no, I'm not going to allow this.
Seems like Guns N' Roses have packed a whole career of controversy into just one tour. The Guns N' Roses Metallica shows have not gone off without a hitch. There have been riots, legal hassles, and technical problems.
You haven't noticed I ain't playing a guitar tonight. For obvious reasons.
Montreal was just really creepy. Nothing against the people in Montreal. We had a great time hanging out there. I think it was the building itself.
It was like the first show back after like 4 days, so Axl had some problems with his throat and so on. So we're back again, Montreal. Everybody was very excited to be back and playing, and for the first hour and 10 minutes or whatever we played, I mean, it was great. It was really good for us. It was looking to be one of the best ones.
Basically, our pyro guy will come in and say, you know, if something's going to be changed. If not, he won't come in there and everything will be the same every night. He came in and said, okay, the fade to black stuff is going to be out on the wings, so don't go out there. I said, okay. But he didn't specify that it was in addition to what's already there. So I walked from the wings right onto where one of them was. And just...
The last couple of seconds before the cue, I knew it was just eerie. I could just tell that he shouldn't be standing where he was standing. And then the flame from hell just comes, like moving down the stage, 8 feet tall, and just completely engulfs him.
We got a friend of ours, brought him out from a band called Metal Church. He's filling in for us. I want you to give Mr. John Marshall a hand over here. All right.
So how are you? What is the prognosis with your arm? Let's get that over with. I mean,
it's burned. Well, it was minor second degree, most of this arm, a little on the back of this one, but the back of the hand is where it was the worst. And right here is, okay, that's where my wristband was. So I'm all right here. Should have a longer wristband.